What's up, ass clowns? It's your good friend Jer-dog back again with another live Facebook video / my own fake talk show at 4:20 p.m. every day. The 420 report. Hey, Billy, joining the party already. Hit the share button if you don't mind, man, and let's see what we can make happen here while I rant and rave and go over crazy comedy philosophy, stories from the road, traveling the country, entertaining alcoholics at nightclubs, taverns, and neighborhood bars, just like I'll be doing this Friday night in Peoria, Illinois. So where are my Illinois people? Where are my Illinois people? Give me a thumbs up right now. Or wherever you're watching from, leave that in the comments below, and I'll let you know when the Jer-dog Comedy Roadshow is coming to your area real soon. But this Friday night, I'll be in Peoria, Illinois, at the Norwood Pub and Grub, my very first time ever performing there. So I'm looking forward to that. Shout out to Stephanie. And then this Saturday night, June 15th, I go to Danville, Illinois for Cal's Roadhouse Bar and Grill, bringing in their first time comedy night with the Jer-dog Comedy Roadshow. Hey, Tim, Joanna, Russell, Bobby, what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining in the party. It's Thursday. It's Throwback Thursday, right? The social media traditional day, Throwback Thursday, where you can talk about, some shit that went on in your past, put up some silly pictures, your senior yearbook photo. I was not the class clown, but I opened for him once. Contrary to popular belief, I was not the class clown. A lot of people ask me that. They're like, man, Jer-dog, I bet you were the class clown, weren't you? Weren't you just like, I bet you were just cracking people up all the time. It's like, yeah, I kind of sucked at school. I really kind of did. I did okay. I was good at reading, sucked at math, enjoyed history, really fucking good at speech. That's pretty much my only saving grace, was that I could get in front of a crowd of people and just start going. I admit it was a lot like doing these live videos with you. Half the time it didn't even fucking make sense. People are like, what the hell is this guy even talking about? This guy's fucking crazy. But yeah, man, and I messed around in school for sure. Did a lot of dumb pranks. Got in trouble for a lot of bullshit, the usual run-of-the-mill stuff, skipping class, and, in general, fucking around with my friends. But in my day, I don't even remember who the class clown really was. In my day, all my friends were funny. We were just all funny, like all through. We all cracked each other up all the time. I think that's something that is missing as we get older, is people start to sort of lose their sense of humor. They start to lose their ability to just get silly and goofy with their friends. And that's something that I remember growing up. We were all like the class clown. Like me and my friends, we were always cracking each other up all the time, all the way even through college. Like my college, we were all the goofballs. We were all making each other laugh all the time, Something that I hear a lot from people when they're hanging out with me and they find out that I'm a comedian, which I don't even like that to be the opening thing. If I'm meeting somebody new, and here's just a little tip for any Jer-dog friends out there, for hanging out socially, let's just fucking hang out. Okay, like I don't always like to be the guy doing the act. I don't always like to be the guy on stage. I don't always need all the attention 24 fucking hours a day. Some comedians are like that. Some comedians are 100% total attention whores, and they can't stand anybody else being the center of attention. I'm not like that, man. I'm like, let me sit back, let me just hang. If something funny comes up, I'll blurt it out in natural, organic conversation, but I'm not going to fucking run around at all the parties and all the social gatherings I do, doing a Fozzie Bear waka 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 routine. You know what I'm saying? But I think sometimes people expect that. I'll be hanging out with people before or after a show, and they're like, "You're the comedian. I thought you'd have something. That you could use that in your act. How come you don't have something funny to say right now? I thought you'd be in here ranking on everybody." There's sometimes I'll get invited to an after party, and I really feel like the only reason they're, oh, thanks for the share. I really feel like the only reason they're inviting me to the after party is because it's like they want the comedian to show up and then turn the party into like a Comedy Central roast. You know what I mean? They want me to show up and be like the Jeffrey Ross roast master and just start fucking flaming everybody in there. I'm like, I'm not here to do that. Even if, listen, if it just comes up, if somebody does something stupid, if you do something stupid, I'll probably fucking make fun of you for it. You know what I mean? You say something stupid, I'll probably give you some shit. And I expect that in return with me as well. I do something stupid, fucking make fun of me. I don't give a shit. Most of my fans, friends, and followers on Facebook have no fucking problem doing that whatsoever. I get my balls busted over just spelling a word wrong on my social media feed. Are you kidding me? You get the goddamn spelling Nazis showing up all over the place. I probably shouldn't have said Nazi. Now I'll get this video flagged. That's the new thing. Here's the deal with I wasn't so much the class clown as I was just sort of a rebellious, going my own direction kid. I always knew that I was going to be in show business. I thought I'd be like a broadcaster. You know, I thought I'd be on the radio like some Howard Stern shock jock kind of guy. Here I am, 2019. Who would have thought that you could have your own fake live talk show on a social media feed? 20 years ago, they didn't even know what the fuck social media was. When I was in school, what did we have? We had Prodigy. That's what you had. You had Prodigy. You could get on these chat boards that were like D, and that was like the original social media where you could get on about some topic, video games or pro wrestling or comic books or whatever the hell it was, politics if you wanted. And then that's how you communicated with these people, like, you know, these old like dot matrix, black screen with green letters. You know, that was the social media back then in the mid 90s. You know, when did AOL come out? It's like 1995 when the new internet came out, whatever that means. See, I'm too fucking stupid. I sucked in computers. You know, I took a computers class. Okay, here's a good story. I took a computers class in high school, and I used to draw this comic book character called Farley Dud. That's another thing. I thought I might be a cartoonist when I grow up. When I grew up, maybe someday when I grow up, I'll be a cartoonist. I thought I'd be a cartoonist or something like that, you know. So I was always drawing these comics, and one of my characters was this like hippie dude who always got himself into trouble named Farley Dud. And I had all these drawings, and they passed around to some of my classmates, and people, you know, either they dug the character or they didn't dig the character. I didn't really fucking care. But one of my fellow computer class students took one of my drawings, digitized it, and then uploaded it to like the entire mainframe of the entire school network. So anytime anybody logged on to their school computer, the very first opening screen was a cartoon of this character, Farley Dud, that I invented, standing on a beach. He's wearing like Daisy Duke shorts and had his shirt off, and then had a stick over his shoulder with a sharpened point and a bikini hanging from it. And that was just a cartoon that I drew. Maybe I could dig that up somewhere. I bet I've still got it somewhere. But so that comes up. The computer teacher it wasn't even the computer teacher. Computer teacher didn't even care. It was like the guy who subbed in for the computer teacher. He taught like the science, like most of the other science classes. And this dude had it fucking in for me to begin with. I sucked at science. I didn't know what to tell him. You know, so a lot of times I did goof around in class. I guess in that way you could have considered me the class clown. But this motherfucker had it in for me, man. You know, I was like his little pet torture kid, this little pet that he was going to torture. And he saw this and he goes, I know that's your cartoon character. You need to take that off, Jeremy Danley. Mr. Danley, you take that character off. Until you do, I'm revoking your computer access. And but I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I don't know how to work computers. I didn't know how the friend of mine had uploaded that thing to the mainframe of the entire school network so that it would show up on the screen as soon as anybody logged into their computer account. I didn't know how any of that shit worked. I suck at computers. And I said that over and over and over again. He didn't believe me. He's like, okay, well, tell me who did. Well, I'm not a rat either, okay? Like, if I know somebody perpetrated the prank and they're going to get fucking busted for it, and it was a harmless prank that nobody's getting hurt over, I'm not going to rat the fucking kid out. I'm not going to rat out my friend that did it. So because I want to rat the guy out that did it, because I didn't want to take the graphic off of the opening screen on the school network, computer network system, he revoked and suspends my privileges to computers. He's like, I don't know how you're going to pass your computer class. I don't know how you're going to pass your computer class without being able to access the computers. I'm like, hey, excellent point. But meanwhile, what he did not know, what he did not understand, what he could not know was at the very beginning of the semester when we were first setting up our accounts, I had already set up a second account, set up my first student account under Jeremy Danley, but I set up a second backup account, just fucking around, not ever thinking I would ever need it, just goofing around, set up a second backup account called Farley Dud. Thereby not having to apologize, not having to take the graphic down off of the mainframe computer network's front screen, not having to rat out my friend, and still being able to pass my computer class in high school with a fucking C. All right, that's passed. All right, I passed. The C, I was a C student. C stands for comedy. A, B, C. Always be comedic. That's my lesson for you guys. If you're hanging out with me, I'll probably be funny. I might get a little obnoxious, even especially if I got a few drinks up in my system. But even if I'm not, get the fuck out of my face, man. I don't want to get pressured into having to rank on everybody in the room because that's what people expect the comedian is going to do. I'm not socially retarded, except that I get on social media and I say words like retarded, which will probably get this video flagged. It's retarded to say retarded in this day and age. Hey, Cartwright, what's up? Donovan's here, man. Were you the class clown, guys? Were you guys the class clown? I, unbelievably, whether you believe it or not, I was not the class clown. I didn't take school serious, really, whatsoever, because like I said, I did suck at it. And I knew that someday that I would not be a marine biologist. I knew that I would not be a computer programmer. I knew that I would not be a doctor or a lawyer. In fact, I saw very little need even to go to college to begin with, other than I got a theater scholarship. And at that time in my life, at that age, it was like the only opportunity I really had to get on stage and practice my performance skills. And then like a summer later, I got hired for the Comedy Wild West show. I was also doing some community theater. Like I said, I was really good at speech. It's always been easy for me just to get in front of a crowd, no fear, no holds barred, and just start flapping my trap, try to speak openly and honestly from the heart. And if something funny comes out, I'll just blurt it out. If I think of something that I probably shouldn't say, I'll go ahead and fucking say it. And we'll see what happens. Sometimes it'll be hilarious. Sometimes it'll be offensive. And sometimes it'll just sound kind of fucked up. But that's what you can expect out of the Jer-dog Comedy Roadshow as well. Full-on, organic, improvisational, spontaneous, stand-up comedy. I try to work with the crowd and involve them as much as possible, only resorting to the scripted routine when and as needed, as a backbone. And then I flush it out with all the improvisational stuff, which is what people remember the most. It's my favorite type of comedy, and then that usually winds up turning into material for future shows. So it's what the audience likes best, and it's my way of being able to write my act right there in front of a crowd live. And it's what's fun. It's a lot of fun. I don't see any other way to do it, and I'm glad that I sucked at school. I'm glad I was a C student. Like I said, T stands for comedy. Hey, bud, man, what's up? Cartwright says, like, as in going to school, I didn't make it much after middle school. I was the class clown and I sucked. Hey, Troy, good to see you. The Bud Man's here. And if you guys want to see a hilarious video of somebody who was in the front row of one of the Jer-dog comedy road shows a couple years ago, and he was laughing so hard and so drunk that he peed his pants. I will post that link here as soon as I wrap up. Otherwise, hit the share button. Let me know where you're watching from. I'll let you know when the Jer-dog Comedy Roadshow is coming to your area soon. Like I said, full-on, spontaneous, audience interactive, improvisational comedy, no holds barred. Who knows what the hell's going to come out of my mouth whenever you see the Jer-dog roll into town at your nightclub, local nightclub, tavern, or neighborhood bar. Let me know where you're watching from. I'll let you know when I'm coming to your area soon. Otherwise, Illinois fans, friends, followers, come on out to Peoria this Friday night, June 14th, Norwood Pub and Grub. I believe it's a 10 p.m. show. This Saturday night, Danville, Illinois, Cal's Roadhouse Bar and Grill. Really looking forward to performing at a place with Roadhouse right in the fucking name of the bar. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I will see you guys there. Next Friday night, I go to Nebraska. Just got back from Nebraska last week. I'm going back to Nebraska, Columbus, Nebraska, BT's Bar. That's Friday, June 21st. And then I got a couple weeks off, man. You know, it's kind of weird to say, but as much as I love doing comedy, I also love just fucking sitting around at home doing nothing other than talking shit to you on a live Facebook video, which I do every day at 4:20 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or as close as possible. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Dog bless America.